Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is going to be a very different video, not the video we usually do. Like it won't be a tutorial. Today what we are going to do is a design challenge. So I'll be trying to design a poster in just 10 minutes, and it's going to be a Holi poster. So I'll do it in 10 minutes so that I have certain time limit on what I can do, and after I do the whole process I'll explain what I did and how I did if possible. So we'll see. I'm not sure if I'll do it well, but I'll try my best. So as you can see in my computer screen, this is my mood board. Yes, I know there are no much things in this right now because we only have 10 minutes. So I can't waste time doing a lot of things. So I'm reducing myself. So I'm even not very fast at my editing style or my designing process. So I'm very slow compared. That's why I don't have much things here. We'll be sticking to few basic things and we'll learn a few things that are important. That's it. I think this is my art board. So here I'll be doing the design. This is my mood board. So yeah, let's get started. Like a Hellcat. And we have just 20 seconds left, so this is all that I was able to do within the given time. Okay, there's one more last final touch. Okay, so I'll stop here and it's time. I'm not happy with the edit as if now, like there are certain things that I can change, and I guess I thought I could do a better work with this. Like I thought I'd be able to do a much better version of this. There are I'll just add a few more touch, like before I start. Okay. Okay. So I don't think it's aligned properly. Alignment is off. But let's break this design down, and now I'll create a new document. A4 is the size. So first and foremost, the background. The background, as I said you already, the very simple. I just took this image and placed it as a background. I didn't do anything fancy here. Drag and drop, or you can go to file, import, or anything. Like you can use any technique to drag and drop this image. I'll use this image as background. I found this image on unsplash.com. So if you want to find this image yourself or similar images, you can go to unsplash.com. The keyword was party, I guess. I searched for party. So yeah, this is the background image that I used, and then the text, Holi. The font that I used is called Trister, Triester, Trister, and I'm using the outline regular, and there are other variation of this fonts also. Using outline, I'm writing Holi. I just wrote the word Holi here. That's it. This only has capital letters, so if that's something that bothers you, then you might have a problem. So yeah, the word Holi is there because of the background. It's not visible. I'll turn off the background and make the background black so that it's easily visible for you, so that you can understand what's going on. And now the Holi, the text color, I'm turning it to somewhat golden. I'm turning it golden because I want that glowy effect. If you have seen the video, you'll know what effect that I went for. I went for the glowing effect. And yeah, this. So now how do we give this a glowing effect? Copy the text layer, Control J or Command J in Mac, I guess. So yeah, copy this text layer and you'll have two different text layers right now. And once you have this, the bottom layer, double click on it and add outer glow of the same color. You can select the same color. You don't have to be precise, just somewhat same color. This is the spread 15% and the size is 109 pixels. That's what I am using. You can play around with it, the opacity and everything. I don't want noise. I use noise, I guess, but I don't prefer noise when I'm doing this edit. So let's increase the opacity a little bit. Yeah, that looks fine. So once you have this, the next thing you want to do is to convert the upper layer into smart object. You can convert it into like you can do it with multiple layers, but I prefer this method. So converting this into smart object will convert it into a image basically, so that that text layer whatever you had is now an image layer. So upon that, create a blank layer. You can come here down and there's this new layer button. You can click on that and create a blank layer. And now using the fill tool, pour that layer white. Once you have that white, left click on the white layer and create clipping mask. This will clip that blank layer to the layer below it. Okay, so now select both the layers and merge layers. So once you merge that layers, they both are together, which means now the image layer that you had, which was in golden color, is now in white color. That's it, nothing much has happened. Now go to double click on this and stroke, select the color, the golden color that you just selected, and give a stroke of 10 to 15 pixels. 10 is, yeah, 10 is good. It's good. Actually, when you're doing this, if you like reduce the size of the white line, that the white line whatever we had, if you can reduce it, it's better. You can do it by giving a stroke inside before converting it into this layer, but that would be a little complex. So first, this is fine. This is the look that I'm going for, so I kind of like this. So now you have your Holi done. I'll just play around with the previous layer, the outer glow, because I feel like it's a bit off. Okay, yeah, I think I like it right now. So yeah, once you have this, group this whole together. I didn't do this when I'm doing that challenge because I didn't have enough time. So this is the Holi layer. Okay, so after this, once again take the text tool and write mania, but here M is capital and the rest everything is small. So once you have this, select the whole text layer and Trister, TRI. Okay, TRI is Trister. SVG is the font that I'm using. It's like a scribble font. But the thing with this is that it's very light. Okay, so and also it only comes in black color. So here we are using the same technique that we did last time to change the color of the font. Fill the layer on top of the text layer with white and then create clipping mask. You can use any color and the text will turn into that color. Now you have to merge this layer. Okay, so yeah, merge layer is here. And once you merge layer, I copied this like 5 times, I guess. So I did that because see, the as you can see here, it's very dull and it's like opaque. Okay, this font itself is very dull, so and it's like transparent effect. So I don't want that transparent effect. That's why I copied it multiple times, so it will no longer have that transparent effect. Instead of this, you can actually search for a better font that is not transparent. But yeah, we were low on time, so we didn't have much time. Now place Mania over Holi. I like to drag this a little so that it's a bit off angle, so it looks nice. Okay, so we have Mania now, and now group it all together. I already grouped it by habit. I did it very fast. So select everything and select the group icon here, which will group it. So this is the Mania layer. And now for Mania layer, once again double click on the layer and then add a drop shadow black in color. This is just to make sure that it like Mania is visible over the Holy layer. Okay, so that's why we don't want it to blend together. That's why we added the drop shadow here. So yeah, so we have it's somewhat nice. Just to change the positions and stuff. If you don't end up liking it, you can play around with it. You can use some perspective wrap also. We can actually use some perspective wrap here. It might look good, kind of like this look. Yeah, you can play around with it. The free transform, perspective wrap, skew wrap, everything, all these transformation properties you can use and see what works the best for you. So I'll bring back the background layer, and yeah, here it is. It works. I think it works well with the background because blue and yellow are like complementary colors. So on the bluish background, if we are using something that is golden in color, it actually complements it very well. So it works really well. But the problem is that see, the background is very bright in certain places, and also our a text layer is also very bright in certain places, so it kind of blends in together. That's why I added an empty layer on top of the background using the brush tool. I just painted around, like I painted the color black around here. That's it. Okay, it's white here. Change the color to black and paint the color black. This is a bit too much. I'll change this. Okay, I didn't do this precisely when I was doing the challenge because yeah, we didn't have time. So you can just randomly paint around here. So once that's done, I'll add another layer so that I can paint around the Holy, like this entire text, because I want the text to pop up. So I'll paint around this, and now change the opacity to very low, like 30 is enough. I guess 30 is 30, 35 should be fine. 30, less than 30 actually. Yeah, 21 to 25 is a good spot to be in. These are very subtle things, but this makes the typography much more legible. Okay, so you don't have to worry about whether people will be able to read it or not. And also, it's not very legible because this is a fancy typography. And for posters or social media templates, we will end up using some a little fancy things because we can't keep it very minimal, right? So we want some kind of emotions in there or some kind of pop. So the college name right now, so I'm using Helvetica here because it's something we designers live by. Whenever you are in doubt, whenever you are in chaos, or whenever you are in an urgent situation, use Helvetica. That's the best font out there. So yeah, Helvetica when in doubt. And I also added the word presents here. Okay, Presents. Make this whole thing center aligned. I'm not using guides here, but when you're designing, or when I'm seriously designing, I usually use guides to make sure that everything is in place and it's not like floating around or anything. I'll do a detailed tutorial of how to actually set all of these things up. And now I'm doing this effect where the letters are pretty far from each other because it gives like uh, it gives the poster vibes. Okay, so that's the only reason that I'm doing this. There is no particular reason. I'll go back to the layer that we painted black on and paint a little more black here so that it's visible. It's like I want it to be a bit darker there, okay, so that the college name is clearly visible. Yeah, we'll reduce the size a little. Without guides it's really difficult. Like if you have guides here, for example, new guide 50%, the work becomes so much more easier. You just snap it to the middle. See, it's just so much more easier to work when you have guides. And then what else did we do? Yeah, special attraction, Tom Cruise and stuff. So the next thing is to add a line. Line should be pretty easy. You just take a rectangle and draw small rectangle here. Change the fill color to golden a little. Yes, yeah, that's fine. And that's it. I'll make it a little more smaller. Okay, fine. So now once again the font we are using is Helvetica, and just write special attractions, special attraction. But here I'm removing that the effect where the letters are far from each other, because we don't want that everywhere, right? If it is everywhere, it kind of defeats the purpose a little. Okay, fine. Okay, special attraction is Tom Cruise, right? Tom Cruise. For this, I'm using the font. I don't know the name of big fat free fat font something. Free fat font. Yeah, this is a free font that I absolutely love. Like I'm in love with this font. This it just works so amazingly well with almost all the fonts. Like whatever font I usually work with, it just blends in together. So I like this font. If you want, you can check this out. It's a free font. It's available on the internet. A lot of places it is available. So try it out. If you might end up liking it or you might not like it, I don't know. We'll add a drop shadow to Tom Cruise as well. See, usually designers don't recommend using drop shadows, and even I don't recommend using drop shadows on anything actually. Like your elements in design should stand out for themselves. So in this particular case, we have to use a bit of darkening and levels and stuff to make sure that the text does not blend with the background, so that it's very clearly visible and stuff. But in 10 minutes what can you do? Using drop shadows is like very like the best way to finish a design in 10 minutes. Yeah, so if not, if this is not the case, don't use drop shadows, please. Like if you are trying to be a better designer, or if you are practicing design every day, then don't use drop shadows. There are other better ways to tackle with your design. So you don't. I'll remove this so that you can see it clearly. Yeah, so Holy Mania is done. Everything else is done. Once again, we are using the same this thing. I'll pull it off because I don't want to type it once again, and just put it below here. Yeah. So this was our you know poster breakdown. This is all I did. Like they're just fonts and special effects that I used on a party looking background. So I think this works well. You can try, like let me quickly try to add some texture. Mm, I'm trying to add some texture to the background layer, so we'll see how that goes. It kind of works and it kind of does not, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. Yeah, and also there's one last thing that I did not do, which is to add camera raw filter. And here right now we'll try to add some camera raw filter, but in the 10 minutes video I did not do that. Get this down, make this temperature is fine, I guess. Exposure a little, we'll add some more contrast. The main thing here is the texture and clarity, so we want both texture and clarity to be pretty good. Dehaze is fine, but texture and clarity, vibrance, a little bit of vibrance and a little less of saturation. I don't know, I like desaturated images, so I usually make it a little less saturated. I'll reduce the shadows and increase the highlights a bit. Dark becomes darker, details. Who does not need sharpening and noise reduction? So every designer needs this. Okay, so if you are a designer who does not use sharpening and noise reduction and a bit of grain, I don't know what to say. You have to use it, buddy. Like that's how we designers work. This is our final design. So you can add some more texture to this, to the letter Tom Cruise also, the name Tom Cruise also. You can add some texture, you can add some more light from here and there, you can add some colors, but I'm not a fan of adding much colors, especially when it comes to designing posters for mobile phones. In our case we are doing that. I would go ahead and crop this a little to make it fit better, but in other things I think this is a good design. I'm proud of this. If this is what I could pull off in 10 minutes, for 10 minutes this is a great design. That's what I have to say. I hope you liked it. I hope you found something useful and you found there something to learn. So I hope you like the video, guys. This was an honest effort, if it's not much. So if you ended up liking anything of the video, make sure that you hit the like button so that I know that you like the video and I'm motivated to do more of these things. And if you want me to do something very specific or something very niche or very specific request, if you have any, you can reach out to me on Instagram and shoot me a DM. I'll do that tutorial for you. I'll see you in the next one with another interesting topic. Until then, peace.